Hey guys, welcome to our new coaches call. It is, what day are we? We are Thursday. The days always jumble up. Thursday, May 28th. And we are just so excited and we are so honored to be here with you guys tonight to help you grow your business. We want to start tonight just by celebrating the fact that if no one's told you yet already, and I said this in the coach sneak peek, and I think it's important, like if no one's told you you're doing amazing through this experience and through COVID and this new norm for a little while, you really are doing amazing. And I just want to kind of side note really quickly that there have been so many silver linings in this pandemic that I really want to channel that energy with you guys tonight into silver linings and your hopes and your dreams and what can become from this. And there's so much, and you are just starting to tip that iceberg, and we're just so excited to walk with you in that journey and be part of your goals and watch you guys go to your dreams. So thank you for letting us three be part of your goals and your vision and your purpose. So with that said, we're going to get started tonight. And we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about the campfire and the team culture. I'm looking at my notes, so I'm just trying to make sure I got all my stuff here. We also want you guys to know that when you walk into coaching, you get to walk in however you want. And I really want to emphasize this. You don't have to be a version of me or Des or Jenny or whoever you see on social media. And it's a real default for us as women to do that because we look to see who's doing it right. But I want you to see that you're doing it right. You and you alone. And that's the most beautiful gift about coaching because it teaches you that you've got this. So that's gift number one that coaching gives you right out of the gate. But there are different types of coaches and we kind of put them in these little categories. So you kind of have to see where you are right now in the season of your coaching adventure. And I do call it an adventure because it has so many cool things that are just about to come your way. Some people are just that discounted coach where they just get the products and they get the discounts. They might share it with people here and there. They might dabble in it. And if you're getting some goals and someone might go, oh my God, girl, you look great. And you might go, oh yeah, I'm doing a challenge group. If you want in, totally let me know. That might be kind of the coach who you are. And if you are, that's awesome because you're taking care of yourself and it's being noticed and somebody wants to share that journey with you. That's a great way to start. There's so many versions of coaching. There's the hobby coach. There's the in between. I'm building a business and I want to build an empire. And then there's somebody who just wants to take it and create whatever that fortune you have in your mind and make it reality. So the way you discover what kind of a coach you are is to ask yourself, what are your first kind of goals? What are they? Is it Shakeology being paid for, every month? That's helping 3 people every single month. You, to me, I would say that's a hobby coach. I think that's a definite hobby coach for sure. You're intentional. You want to help people. You want to help yourself. You want to reap the benefits. And I think that's a really good place to start. It's not too overwhelming. You get to talk to your friends. You get to talk to Cindy at work or right now not at work, maybe on a Zoom call, but you get to share that. And that's really cool. And I think if you want to make it into a business like the 3 of us girls, I think you're going to either know that right off of the bat or you're going to evolve into that. And I will say this too, no matter what you do right now, you can breathe a relief into your family in case COVID, let's just be honest, it could come back in the fall, you guys. We got to be kind of real here. It could come back in the fall. What's your relief plan? What do you need relief on for the next, let's just say another extra month or 2? Groceries, gas. Maybe you want to build one mortgage payment to help your husband or to help your spouse or your significant other. Think about those things now because you can do it now because we're in the prime season for people that want to get in shape and want to get healthy and they want to be safe and healthy too. That's a big ringer right there. So think about those things because those are the kind of coaches that are here. So you got to kind of think of who you want to be and how you want to be that, and we will guide you to that. The other thing is that we talk about the team culture. I like to call it the campfire. I want you guys to envision who you want to come to your campfire. Like, who do you want to have s'mores with? What tunes do you want to have on? What alcoholic beverage, if you drink, do you want to be sitting with your friend? And how do you want to make it feel like, come sit with me, come have fun with me, let's rock our goals together, and let's have fun. I know for the three of us, when we went to Florida, that is team culture. And it was like, I had FOMO and I was there. Like I was there, but I had the FOMO because I was like, well, wait a minute, what are they doing upstairs? Wait a minute, what's going on downstairs? Like, and I never felt out of place. I never felt like awkward new friend meeting you. That literally was gone. We were dancing, these two flopping the pool. Like, that's the kind of thing we want. I want my campfire to be just like that. You know, it's business, it's a hustle, but it's a lot of fun. I can say honestly, the three of us have talked about, do you guys want to like have like a girls' weekend one weekend? Wouldn't that be fun? That's what you want. It's a tribe, it's a family, and you do all the things with each other. That's my kind of campfire. So you want about, well, what kind of campfire do I want? And the big thing too is I want to make sure my campfire is welcoming my kind of people. I want them to be able to pull up a seat and join me. That's really, really, really important. And the other thing too, you guys, is mindset. Mindset is probably numero uno. And the reason why it's numero uno is, number one, you do have to exercise that mindset every single day. It's very easy to default back into, and I was talking about this earlier on a call, it's easy to default into these liners. Like, have you ever said to somebody like, hey, how are you? And you go, oh, I'm good. Like, that's like the next line, but you're not. You know, it's just like what you say. I hear a lot of them. Oh, girl, I am so busy. Like, that's another one-liner, right? Oh, girl, if I just had more time. Like, it's these, I call them the one-liners, kind of like the one-hit wonders, you know? It's like, they don't do anything. Like, they don't do anything. So mindset is key, because you can really default back. And those things, when you default back, are your blessings, because you better shine the light on them, because they're going to revert you back to your goal. So over here on my board here, this lower board is my vision. So if I say like, oh girl, I'm so busy, which I say, right? Oh girl, I'm so tired, which I say, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to go look over here, and I have a single family home here. And just for the record, because I'm starting my salon this month, it says over there, house help, which has started this year in 3 years of working my business. And it says over there, I don't know if you can see it, says the big leap 2020, retired full time. Like, that's weird that that's there. It's weird that that's there. So I just want you to know, like, I do look at that board every day, and there's a magical power in it, because it gets you to do this. So mindset is everything, because you're going to get, when you're about to level up, fear will come in. They'll give you every excuse to stay small and stay stuck and stay in place. Fear is Your Homeboy. It's a great book. I do recommend it. You want fear to ride shotgun while you drive, because fear is going to show up anyways. So mindset is everything. So I hope that helped you kind of like think about really briefly about mindset, about what kind of coach you want to be, and that campfire. Who do you envision in your circle? And if you don't know who it is right now, guess what? That's okay. And if you don't know what kind of coach you are, guess what? That's okay. The number one thing is mindset, and I promise you, you will evolve into all of those things. Thanks for hearing me.
Awesome, Stacy. And yes, ditto on everything she just said. Definitely mindset is number one. And when you do that, everything else falls into place. It really does. And I never did anything mindset wise until I started this. I thought it was like a bunch of hibby jibby or whatever you say. And I never heard people talk about doing it either. And so it's definitely changed my life a ton. So I want to talk about our tools. So much that we have to offer everyone. it can be overwhelming. We never, ever, ever want you to feel that. And if you do, it's okay. We've all felt that, because it's literally, you're walking into a new job, you're starting from scratch, you don't know what you're doing. That's what we're doing. So it's the same thing as going to an office, a 9-to-5 job. Everything is new and you don't know what you're doing. So it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Do not let that discourage you. Don't let fear get in the way, because it is your business. It is self-paced. It is work in your pockets of time. I'm a single mom. I have 2 girls right now. One's a foster baby and one's my daughter. And I literally worked this for 4 straight years in my pockets of time. I would sit in the car line and I'd message. I'd be at the grocery store and I'd message. I'd be at my 30-minute lunch break and I'd message. And that's how I work my business. So we have, our resources, our team pages, our threads. There's so much there to help you that you can dive into. But again, don't let it overwhelm you, because you're self-paced. You do it like you want to. It's your business to run, how quick, or however you want to do it for yourself. So we want you to plug in. We've already talked about the Diesel Nation Academy. That is like your, I don't want to say Bible, but it's amazing training. I think it's very well laid out. It's literally, here's your task and you do it. Again, it's self-paced. You just do what you want that day. Very easy. You have any questions, you come to any 3 of us. We'll help you with anything. What was it? Oh, the trackers. We also have trackers that if your coach has not already given to you, they will. We have, these are called business activity trackers. You can use either one. They're very similar. But this literally is how I run my business. I do what it says and I make a check. And I'm done with my activities for the day. Again, you can, mess around with it and change the numbers. Maybe you want to invite 5 people today and 10 people tomorrow. This is all your business to do with how you want. We have our Coach Online Office, which that has training in it too, which is really, really amazing as well. And there's so much in there. Also, don't get overwhelmed. Ask us anything. We are here to help you. Because like I said, it's a brand new thing and it can get confusing, but those tools are there to help you. Another great resource is YouTube. I always, when I first started, I didn't know anything and I would just YouTube it and watch videos of other coaches who have gone before me, because, obviously, successful coaches, are successful for a reason. So I watch and listen to what they say. So we got your trackers. Make a schedule for your business. So I have a book that I just write my stuff down weekly in, and I literally write my schedule down. Just, I don't know if you're a calendar person like I am. I have a calendar on my refrigerator. I write down my daughter's appointments and, church and play dates and all that stuff. So write your work down. Of course, it can change in your day. It's totally fine. Things come up, but write, maybe you're going to work at 10 o'clock and you're going to work for 30 minutes. Just write it down. Have a schedule, because you want to treat it like a business. You want to put that in your time slot of your day. To me, it's another thing, like I had to make my workout a habit. This is another thing you make a habit, and it just becomes part of your day, and you do it. So you got your schedules, your online office, the Diesel Nation Academy. And another thing too is, if you're married, even if you're not married, it doesn't matter, share what you're doing with your family. I would share your excitement, tell them what you're doing. You might be on your phone and they're wondering, what is she doing? And you want to share what you're doing so they know and can support you. They don't want to think you're just scrolling and, not paying them attention. I talked to my daughter right off the bat. She was 3 when I started. And now she's 8. And so she has grown up with this, and she knows, like, mommy's not ignoring her. She's actually working. Like, this is what pays our bills, and she has grown up with that. So she'll say, and she's said this for years, Mommy, did you help anybody today? I mean, she knows that's what I do. And so it's become part of our life. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is your why. So I try not to get emotional, but you need to have a why, girls. You need to have a why that's going to move you to change the world. It's going to make your dreams come true. It's going to make your dreams for your family happen. Now, you might not have it today, and your why changes over time. That's because we evolve over time. That's totally worth it. That's totally okay. That's how it's supposed to be. But if you have not written down your why or told your coach, that's one of the first things I would recommend you doing. Why are you doing this? I think most of us start doing it for weight loss and to be held accountable, and maybe we want to pay for our shake or whatever and get the discount. I think that's a majority of why we all started. But then when you see the business side, there's a bigger reason in your heart, and you got to pull that out. I have mine, like Stacy, I have a vision board that I have every single year, and we have been checking that sucker off every time we do something. And my why is always my daughter, always. But my why is a vision for us, for freedom, to do things that God has planted in our hearts to do. And I look at it every day because it's right here on my board. So again, like, these girls know I've been doing this for 5 years. Every time I talk about my why and go into it, I cry. And I'm not saying you have to cry, but you want it to move you, because then you won't quit. And I have a saying, I don't know where I heard it, but I have it written on my computer. And somebody said it, and I say it now to my coaches or challengers when they feel like quitting, and if they say, I'm failing, I'm not helping anybody. If you're failing, you're doing something right. You are moving forward. It is not failing is not a bad thing. That means you're being successful. And it says, stop. This is for the mindset of the failure. It says, stop giving yourself permission to fail. And I write that down because I remind some of my challengers and stuff about that, because I think that's kind of the mindset of the world. If you just quit when it gets too hard. And so don't give yourself permission to fail forward. And that is what we do as coaches every single day. Like, I fail every single day. And I don't care if you've been coaching for a day or 10 years. That's the beauty of it. You learn to fail forward, and it is no longer a negative, it's a positive. Do you have that? It's not a negative, it's a positive, because you are being successful, because you're trying. If you fail, and if you stop and quit, then you're never going to fail, because you're not even trying. So that's what I have. Jenny's going to take it home.
Thank you, Des. And I'll just share, because she didn't, because I knew she was going to cry. Des today officially hit the $50,000 mark with her business. Yes, with this business, she has to this point made $50,000 as a single mama. So I like her why. I'm gonna cry now too. Like, she is going after her dreams, and it is possible, and she gets to leave that legacy for her daughter. And I don't just mean like the money legacy. I mean the fact that mommy set a goal and mommy went after it, and it's a goal that has a ripple effect that she'll never understand the impact of. But one mom she's helping feel better about herself, who's being more patient with her children, being more present with her children, like, to me, that's far better than any dollar amount ever. The dollar amount doesn't hurt either, but I just, like, when you start, you can start for such a small reason. Like, I started for discount on Shakeology. Like, Des started to have some extra income, but it was so she could pay for dance classes for her daughter. And she's been able to take her daughter now to freaking France, you guys, and now be home full time with her daughter and start foster care. Like, so when we say your why will evolve, it will evolve. So don't feel like, I don't have this deep thing that's making me cry right now. That's okay. Your why literally could be to pay for Shakeology and have that next level of accountability. But the thing is, you have to make it mean something to you. If it doesn't mean something to you, when life gets hard, you'll quit. And you are worth so much more than quitting. The people in your life are worth so much more than you quitting. So the last two things that I want to wrap up are, and we've touched on them over and over again because they're so important, is personal development. And I know when I first started, I was like, that seems weird. Like, and I do my Bible devotions every single day, which for me is like a non-negotiable personal development in a different way. But there are so many things I've learned about how the brain works, how my body works, because I've dug into personal development. And on those days when I feel like quitting, I don't know how to be a business owner. So I had to go and learn those things. Like Des said, nobody expects you to be an expert right now. Nobody does. What they expect you to be is open and honest about your journey. That's what people need right now more than ever, is open, honest, raw, real, because they can go find the Photoshop pictures anywhere. They want to know what is changing in your life, why is it changing, and you get to be the person who offers them hope. And that doesn't mean you have to be on every single day, because you're not going to be. But that's when personal development really plays such an important role. So a couple of books or podcasts that I recommend you guys listening to as far as business side goes is The Slight Edge. GoPro is another really great, super short read that kind of helps you understand like the entrepreneurial mindset. Two of my favorite podcasts are Melanie Mitro's Women Inspiring Women, and then she also has a Chic Influencer. Make Chic Happen is what it's called. But there's tons and tons of great personal development podcasts as far as business goes. But if you know you're struggling with confidence, find a podcast that talks to confidence. If you're struggling with, I mean, there's a variety of things. Loving your body. There's so many different podcasts, books to listen to on Audible. If you have time to sit down and read, I don't. Books to read. If you guys know what it is that you want to grow more in, reach out to us, because we've got a list of books and podcasts and things to share with you. But please don't brush off personal development, because I will tell you, there are going to be days that are super hard and you're going to be like, I can't do this. I'm not making a difference. It's going to happen. And then you go back to personal development. You lean back into the culture of our team, because right now, discount coach, full-time, six-figure earner, you are part of our family now. Always and forever, you are now part of our family. And so we want you guys to remember that culture, that feeling. And on the hard days, personal development and our community are gold, straight up gold. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is your goals. And I'm going to be open and honest with you. We're going to set your goals for you. And here's why. Because we so often write ourselves off before we even begin. I know for me, I said, oh, I'm just signing up for the discount. And my husband, the people around you, the people who know you, can see what you're capable of more often than you can. And my husband said to me, you're not going to help people? I was like, well, no, I do the discount thing. Like, that's it for me. He's like, but you can help people. And so I want you guys to understand, it's really easy to just slide into that. I'm just going to be a discount coach. You can be a discount coach and still help change people's lives. You don't have to commit to working this thing 5 hours a day. I don't do that. Like I said, I work in the pockets of time, but I do want you guys to be intentional with your time and be intentional with sharing your journey and hitting some goals with this business, so that it's not just you getting Shakeology discount. It's helping your family financially, like Stacey was talking about, building that relief plan, right? So here are the two goals that we are setting for you guys. And the reason we're setting them for you is because we know you are capable of hitting them. It's not that we're trying to push you way out of your comfort zones and ask you to do things that are going to be incredibly hard. It's not. So our two goals for you. The first one is to hit Emerald by June 15th. So what does Emerald mean? It means getting 2 people signed up exactly the same way you did. They may be someone who you know struggling with joint issues or diabetes or something like that, and they could benefit just from drinking Shakeology every single day. Or it could be a postpartum mama friend who you know is not going to be going to the gym anytime soon, because I know I wouldn't be going there right now as a postpartum mama, bring my baby into some daycare there. So they need something to do at home. There's tons of people that you know right now who could benefit from just signing up for the discount. Find at Morning Meltdown 100, Bar Blend, all those programs are more than a month. So you're doing them a you're giving them a gift by offering them the discount right up front. You can literally go Emerald in a day. Carolyn on this call, she's halfway there. Like, and she's been actively sharing for, I don't know, like what, 3 weeks, inviting people, like there that quick, because she thought of people who she loves and cares about and knows would benefit from doing this with her. Plus it helps her be extra accountable. When you know somebody's watching you, you show up, right? So we want you guys to hit Emerald by June 15th. It's helping 2 people get started the exact same way you did. You don't have to know how to build a team. You don't have to run team calls. You don't have to coach sneak peeks. You don't have to run your own group. All of us are already doing that for you. Just plug the people in there and check in with them occasionally. So Emerald by June 15th, that unlocks a lot of big things for you in your business, which we could talk about on a later call. And then the second goal that we want you guys to hit in June is Success Club. Success Club, tricky to say. Careful there. It means that you've helped 3 people in 1 month get started with the challenge pack. So guess what? If you hit Emerald by June 15th, that's 2 people. You just have to find 1 more person to help get started, and you've hit Success Club. You do that for 3 months of your first 6 months, you get to be what's called a success starter. And this is freaking awesome, you guys. A success starter gets to be in the test group for our next program. Before it's on Beachbody On Demand, before the top coaches get to see it, success starters get to get one-on-one training, raw, real footage from the trainers of our new programs. You get to be in that test group. Like, want to talk about moving your business forward? You get freaking sneak peeks into something top coaches don't have. Like that, I'm like so jealous that I did not have that option when I started. Like, I would be moving mountains to be in the next test group. Like, how stinking cool is that? And then the other thing as a success starter is that you get your ticket to Summit paid for. So this year it's online and Zoom calls, but next year I have a feeling it's going to be in person, and I know they're going to make it that much better because we had to kind of, cancel this year's. So you get your ticket completely paid for. And the other cool part is, guys, if you're hitting Success Club every single month, your products are paid for and you're making a difference in somebody else's life. Like, that to me, priceless. Again, like, the financial aspect is there, and that's really great. And we want you guys to have that. Obviously, bless your families with the time you're putting in with the finances, right? Like, I set a goal to be able to pay for my family's annual Disney passes with my Beachbody income. And I've hit that 2 years in a row. And so, yes, I'm helping people, and I'm also adding fun money to our family. So those are your 2 goals. Emerald by June 15th, and then Success Club in the month of June. So doable. And if you guys need help on how to have conversations, what things to say, all of that, they walk you through in Diesel Nation Academy, but we're more than happy to work through that with you. Send us a screenshot of how the conversation is going. What should I say next? We've been there, done that. And like Stacy or Des said, you're going to fail. Like, I look back at some of my old conversations and I word vomited on them. Like, if you have to scroll 3 times, that message is too long. And I did that. Been there, done that, right? Or you say, hey, I'll follow up with you on Saturday. And then you go back 3 months later and you go to send them a message. You're like, oh, I did not follow up with them on Saturday. Like, you guys will make mistakes, and that's okay. We've all been there. We've all done that. But the more mistakes you're making, the more your business is going to move forward. So that's what we have for you guys tonight. So the big takeaways are, you have to always be working on yourself. You are the number 1 reason to be in this business. If you aren't getting results, and I'm talking about a 6-pack, like, well, that would be cool too, right? But if you aren't getting results mentally, emotionally, people will crave all of that, probably more than they do the 6-pack, right? You have to be getting those, because that builds trust, and trust builds your business. So you are number 1. Mindset, personal development. We'll say it one more time. Personal development. Key. Lean into our community, our culture. Think about the culture and community you want to be creating. And then use the tools without getting overwhelmed to grow as you go. We are here to cheer you guys on. We can't wait for June 15th to celebrate all this Emerald Army that's going to happen, because you guys have what it takes right now to make it happen. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us. Comment in our thread that we have going on. We're going to talk to you guys about what's going to happen moving forward if, as far as Thread goes and support goes in the next couple of days. So be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Carolyn or Angelica, do either of you guys have quite quick questions for us? Are you good? No? Okay. All right, well, again, we just wanted to thank you guys for joining us tonight and being a part of our family, because you truly are, and we get to change the world with you, and we can't wait to do that. So bring it on. June is going to be a good month for us. Bye, guys.